Hi friends, I'm back with one more video. So today we will be discussing about the smart way of converting the straddle to ironfly. Alright, converting the straddle to ironfly in a very smart way. Let me take you to Obstra. You know, right? Everyone has their own trading style, so few people they will deploy the ironfly maybe Thursday being an expiry day for the next week at 3 p.m. Few will deploy it Friday morning, right? Few can deploy on the Thursday morning. So I usually deploy the ironfly every Thursday at 3 p.m. But at times, based on the market view, what I'll do, I'll first start with the straddle, right? I'll start with the straddle, and then end of the day I'll just convert it to ironfly. Let me show you one example. Let's say I'm just taking the latest example of 9th June and 16th June is the expiry. Let's say the market start at 9:30. So let me I'll explain you the logic. Let me go to 11 o'clock. The reason why I'm going to 11 o'clock is, right, on the expiry day, because 9th is the expiry day. All right, let me take this thing. 9th is the expiry day. So usually from 9:15, we all know, right, from 9:15 till 11 o'clock or 10:30 market will be very volatile, and then all of a sudden from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. market will become very volatile. So from 11 p.m. till 1:32 p.m. the market will be like in a settle, but this is not concrete, this is not certain, but majority of the times, right? Keeping all this aside, because whenever we are deploying the straddle during the daytime, we will be monitoring the market. Okay, let me show you. Let's say this is on the 9th at 11 a.m. I will deploy a straddle. My plan is to go for the ironfly, but at 11 o'clock anyways I'm a full-time trader. Let's say this will work only for the full-time trader guys, right? Let's say if someone is going to job, right, they cannot monitor the market, so this would not work, because you need to monitor the market. Let's say at 11 o'clock where is the nifty? What is this? Bank nifty. Bank nifty stands at 34,800. Okay, let me see again. There is some issue. Okay, 34,000, right? Almost 35,000, right? Let's take it a round figure. Let's go to 35,000, right? Just sell one PE at 35,000 and then one of your call. This will become your straddle. That's it, friends. This is your straddle. You have good safety. So now what you have to do is like 11 o'clock. So just keep monitoring this straddle. So you have to do the straddle adjustments in case if the market makes a bigger volatile. But because you have good safety from 135 almost like 865, so you have the safety of almost how much? It's a big range, right? 1000, maybe 600. Okay, so now what you have to do, just go 30 minutes. The moment you see huge loss over here, let's say you see like maybe the straddle might take how much, 1 lakh, right? 1 lakh or 1 lakh 20,000. The moment you see like 2% of your loss, you have to just exit the trade. You're just taking a risk. Okay, go to 30 minutes. Go to 30 minutes, keep checking. So you are at a profit, no issue. Go to 30 minutes. Go to 30 minutes, you are at a profit because market is sideways. Go to 30 minutes, you are at 2 o'clock, you are at a profit of 1037. We can just hold the trade. 30 minutes at 3 o'clock, you are at a profit of 1631. Let's go for another 15 minutes. Now you have to make a decision. So 1755 is your profit, right? So now you cannot just keep this trade, what do we say, for the overnight by having this unlimited loss. So what you have to do, you have to just convert it to ironfly. How much of premium you got? You got premium of 477 plus 398, almost close to 500, 600, 800, almost 900, right? So let's take just convert this to strangle, right? We'll go to how much? What is this? 35,400, 5, 6, 7, almost 800 premium you got. Right, I'll go to option chain. What is this? 35,000. I'll just go for 35,800. I'll buy 35,800. Right, I'm just making this to a ironfly. Okay, and then what was the other strike? This was 35,000, so minus 800 would be 34,200. 34,200. Where is 34,200? 34,200. That's it, friends. You are converting your straddle to typical strangle. Now this has become a risk based iron fly. You already have 1735. So let me show you the difference. Okay, let me show you the difference. Now what basically we do, we deploy the trade at 3 p.m. Usually we deploy the iron fly at 3 p.m. Now we already deployed the straddle at 11 o'clock, and now at 3 o'clock we are adding the edges. Let me show you what will happen if I deploy the iron fly at 3 p.m. on the same ninth. Okay, market stands at 35,480. Let's take 35,000. Same strikes, friends, because market was sideways, right? Let me go to 35,000, sell this, right? Sell 35,000, and you sell call 35,000, and then 34,200, because you got 800 points. You have to buy this, and then 35,800. 35,800 you buy it. This is your typical iron fly which you will be deploying at 3 p.m. right? Check the profit. The original fly as 13,800 profit and 6,000 loss, but whereas your straddle which got converted to iron fly as 15,000, almost like 2,000 more. What is this? This is like 13,000, 14,000, and this is almost like 16,000, and loss only 4,400, and your original fly has more loss 6,097, because you already made a profit of 1,755. So that's the reason you have less loss and the profit shows more. And check the range, friend. Check the range. I'll show you. I'll take you to the calendar, right? Check the range. This is very important. This minus, I will say, this is giving you a range of 1,000 almost 248. Which one is that? Your what is this? Your straddle which got converted to iron fly is giving you 1,300 range. Let us check this range. Right, your original iron fly which you have deployed at 330, right? 1248 was a range. This minus this, how much is this? This is giving you only 1,100. So almost you're able to increase 200 points more range with your straddle which got converted to iron fly and with your original. And obviously you have bigger range. See, check the triangle cone. You have lower loss, you have lower limited loss, you have bigger range, you have the POP will be high, your range will be high, your profit will be high, right, compared to your original iron fly which you have deployed at 3 p.m. right? You have to just take a risk. And friend, let me tell you, whenever you have deployed this strategy, right, if you have some concerns on the P side, so when you're deploying the straddle, right, go ahead and just buy the put wing. So make it a broken wing fly with a wing on the put side and no wing on the call side if you are worried about the downside. Or else you can start with straddle. You can start with straddle at 3 o'clock. You can just add the buying wings. Let me take you to this thing, right? I'll actually see what we did at 9 o'clock. We started with straddle, right? We are monitoring the market. This is your straddle. Let's say the straddle makes a move of 0.5%. Again it goes, it may move of 0.5%. If it stayed somewhere here, definitely your straddle will have some profit. So then at 3:30 you have to convert your straddle to iron fly. Point number 1. Or else let's say you start with straddle. If you are worried about the downside with the quick movement, you can just have somewhat this way, right? You can have limited loss on the put side by just adding the wing on the put side, and you can have your call side open, right? Based on this is all is view based, right? And at 320 you can just add your broken wing fly on the call side by making your loss limited. All right, friends. So let's say the other extreme case. Let's say you have started with a straddle. Your market was standing here. Let's say by 3:10, let's say at 11 o'clock you have deployed this. Within next 2 hours or by 3 p.m. your market your market came to your break even this side, or your market came to your break even this side, right? You know, right? The straddle will have a huge range. Sorry, the straddle will have a huge range, and you are deploying the straddle on Thursday. You have another 6 days for the expiry. Even if the market comes to your break even of your straddle on the P side, or on the straddle on the call side, right, you will not get more loss. Your loss would be somewhere between 300 to 500 at max, or else 800 rupees. So then what you have to do, you have to exit your entire trade, entire straddle, by accepting this 300 to 500 or 800 loss, depending on the quick momentum the market gave. You have to exit, accept this loss, and then you have to deploy a new INRONFLY at 3:30 p.m. That's it, friends. Right? You have accepted 300 rupees loss or 500 rupees loss by just deploying the straddle at 11 o'clock. In case if you are in profit, you have to just convert to INRONFLY, which will give you more range, which will give you more profit, and your loss will be also less compared to your original INRONFLY. If the straddle if the straddle gives you profit when it plays this side, if your straddle gives you loss, right, if your straddle gives you a loss, accept this loss, and at 3:20 deploy a new INRONFLY. That's it, friends. This is the smart way of deploying the INRONFLY. You have to take a risk. This is one of the myth in market, saying that we have to deploy the INRONFLY with 4-leg strategy. No, I have already created 11 videos, friends, 11 to 12 myths of INRONFLY. This could be one of the myth, but rather I wanted this to be one of the video, right, because I've shown you one live example. So now whenever you go for the INRONFLY, you have two options. Directly you can deploy the INRONFLY at 3:20, right, the INRONFLY, option number 1. Or else at 11 o'clock you can deploy your straddle, start with straddle at 11 o'clock, by 3:30 or 2 o'clock then convert it to INRONFLY. Or else you start with straddle by having a safety at 11 o'clock, by having a safety on the put side, and by having unlimited loss on the call side. Anyways, you will be monitoring the market during the daytime. You do not have any overnight risk, because you will be monitoring the market during the daytime. So in case if it goes this side, accept the loss and deploy a new INRONFLY at 3:30. If this gives you profit, then convert your straddle to INRONFLY. So this is one of the smartest way of deploying the INRONFLY. Got it, friends? So I think I was able to convey it in the right way, right? That's what this slide shows, the smart way of converting straddle to INRONFLY. You will not get into huge loss, even if the price breaches your break even on the straddle, because you will have 1500 to 1600 points of range, because that is your day one. What I mean to say is, see, check your original fly as almost, see how much of point, right? 1200 points of what do we say, not 1200. Let's say if you delete this, your buying legs, see, you have almost, check the range. This is, see, each and every point you should be able to track it, friend, minus this one, because we are talking about the straddle without the edges. So you have almost 1800 points. That means almost what is it, 9900, 8800, 850, 850 on the either side. Do you think 850 can be breached within 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours? If it breach, accept the loss of the straddle and deploy a new INRONFLY at 320. If you get the profit, convert this convert this straddle to INRONFLY, because you have almost 1800 points. In case if the VIX stands at 25, you will get almost 2200 also. Your premiums are based on the VIX, because you have a good premium on the put side, but you have a very low premium on the call side. If the VIX stands at 25 or 22, you will get even 2200 premium. So one of the checkpoint would be, whenever you have high VIX, high premium, let's say you're getting 550 points at 11 o'clock, since I mean honestly, you can just, let's say you are getting like 550 points and 550 points at 11 p.m. or 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. Go with Straddle. You will get huge range. You will get almost like 2000 to 2200 range, and at 330 you can just convert it into Ironfly, because 2000 to 2000 is a huge range. This is one of the I would say checkpoint. If you have IVIX, you can just go with Straddle at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock and convert it to Ironfly, or else go with Straddle by having a broken wing fly on the call on the put side, and no wing on the call side at 320. Convert this to, all depends on VIX. If IVIX, you'll have high premium, right? IVIX is high premium. High premium means you'll get high range. High range is like IPOP and high profit. Alright friends, thank you for watching this video.